We made it to the last video, guys. Let's check it out and see how you did on square roots and irrational numbers. So, we're not going to do all those fancy pull-up things. Hopefully you're getting better at it. Number 1 says the square root of 18. We're estimating that's closer to the square root of 16. So 4 times 4 is 16. This guy, square root of 24. I know 5 times 5 is 25. That's going to be very close to 5. Square root of 50 is going to be very close to 49. And I know 7 times 7 is 49. This is very close to the square root of 9, which is 3. This is very close to the square root of 64, which is 8. This is very close to the square root of 81, which is 9. I'm just looking for perfect squares, right? 10 times 10 is 100. That's very close to 198. 49, very close to 49. And I know 7 times 7 is 49. And 6 times 6 is 36, and that is very close to 36. So that is me estimating in that section. All right, next page. These are perfect squares. So let's check them out. Perfect square, 144 is 12. 9 plus 16 is 25, and I know 5 times 5 is 25. What times itself is 900? 30 times 30, right? What times itself is 169? Well, if 12 is 144, 13 is, well, 13. I know 15 is 225. Yes, it is 13. Okay, the opposite, so I have negative. What times itself is 100? It is 10. And this guy is decimal, but what times itself is 16? It is 4, and it would be 0.4. Okay, because 0.4 times 0.4 would equal 0.16. This guy, again, you can look at these as two separate problems, and you could say the square root of 16 is 4, and the square root of 81 is 9, so that would be 4/9. All right, same thing here. The square root of 4 would be 2, and the square root of 25 would be 5, so that would be 2/5. And the same thing for the final problem here. 11 times 11 is 121, and 12 times 12 is 144. All right, we got our next section, rational or irrational. Well, let's look at the perfect squares. Is this a perfect square? Yes, this is rational. All right, is this a perfect square? No, that's irrational. Is this a perfect square? No, it's irrational. 289. Ooh. I know 15 times 15 is 225. And I know 20 times 20 is 400. So it's somewhere between there and there. It's 16, 17, 18, or 19. I'm just going to grab my calculator quick, and I'm going to say, so what's 17 squared? Because I don't have these memorized like the other ones because we don't use them as often. And this is a perfect square. It's 17 times 17. So that is rational. Any number that repeats is over 9. So that's 5 and 7/9. And you could make that into an improper fraction. So that is rational. This one does repeat, but it repeats in that weird fashion, and it can't be written as a fraction, okay? So that is irrational. And the final two problems. We are solving an equation, and we're going to say, all right, what would make this true? You could ask it that way, or you could say, what's the opposite of squaring? And we could say, well, geez, that's taking the square root, right? So if I take the square root of this side and take the square root of this side, I get x, opposites cancel. And what's the square root of 16? It is 4. But the interesting thing is there's two answers because it's x squared. So in this case, when you take the square root of 16, it could be a positive 4 that would make this, or it could be a negative 4. Let me explain. If I check it, I'm going to check it two different ways. If I put a 4 in here, what's 4 times 4? It's 16, right? If I put a negative 4 in, whoop, I just lost everything, guys. Let's, woo! Where am I? Something happened. I'm losing my marbles. I gotta go back. Oh, sorry, guys. Let's do that again. Phew. All right, pushing buttons, and I don't know I'm pushing them. If I substitute negative 4 in, negative 4 times negative 4 is also 16. So my answer is 4 and negative 4. All right, 26, the final problem. If I divide both sides by 3, I'm going to get rid of the 3 first. So m squared equals 3 goes into 14 4 times with 2 left over. And 3 goes into 27 9 times. So basically, guys, what times itself is 49? I know it's 7. But when I take the square root of both sides, I get 7. But I could also get, in this case, -7. That would make that true. So your answers are 7 and -7. All right, hopefully that helped, guys. And good news, that is the final page of assignments that you have, because next week you guys are just going to do a final review, and it's all going to kind of be quiz-based to see how you did. So hopefully that helped, guys, and the end of the year is upon us. I hope you guys enjoyed the summer, and this will be basically, I think, the last video going over an assignment. All right, good job, everyone.